the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight,
the crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. And, of course, Marcus Smart. See how they continue to fare without him.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, they didn't just let him go for nothing. I mean, they got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got D'Angelo Russell. Paul George is out there with Markkanen. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Korver in at the two-guard.
Boy, you have to admire Donovan Mitchell. This guy is capable of playing either guard position, and he plays with so much passion and energy, guys. It's infectious. To me, guys, Donovan Mitchell gives evidence and credence to the notion that drafting players is more art than science. Think about it. This guy taken 13th, not much was expected, but all of last year he was neck and neck in the heat of the Rookie of the Year talk.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Whiteside. A rebound by the Timberwolves. About a minute played so far here in the first. Wiggins outside. In the corner, it's Morris. That one's good from the corner. And with Mitchell being slept on, motivated him into Doris a great rookie season.
Well, Jimmy Butler said Mitchell plays with a chip on his shoulder, and I'll tell you, he does seem to have that me against the world approach. Whatever his motivation, Kevin, it's working.
It's stolen by Morris. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Mitchell outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Tom Thibodeau. D.A.?
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Mitchell. Paul George making his last shot. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Here's Nurkic. Tries again. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Russell, no luck.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Russell against Mitchell. Passes it to McCollum. Takes the three. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
Outside Korver. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Russell passes to Markkanen. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 3 assists in the game.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a 3 on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Now here's McCollum. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mitchell. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. On the wing, Korver. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's George. Plays it up and banks it in. George has got 7 points in the game.
Well, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
McCollum outside. Pass to Mitchell. From downtown. No good on the last second attempt there. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's Dallas. They're up by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2004.
My inspiration really came from my mother, you know.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
You love that they're making the offense work, right? Making every single thing they try to do hard.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Minnesota, Nurkic is out there with Morris. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward. You know, Doris, the ability to beat the defender off the dribble is so important. Who do you think has the quickest first step right now in the league that you've seen personally?
Ooh, that's a great question, boy, Kev. I'll tell you some guys I wouldn't want to have to contend with on a night by night. No way I want to try to guard the wizardry of Kyrie Irving, right, or the flat-out end-to-end speed of John Wall, or the incredible explosive athleticism of Russell Westbrook. The deceptive nature of James Harden's game. Please, child, please, I don't want any part of any of those men.
You're getting riled up here. The Mavericks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Paul George is so versatile, Doris. He could play in any system, don't you think?
Oh, I completely concur, Kevin. This is a man who can create offense with the ball in his hands. In a secondary role, we know he can be a knockdown shooter, and we're talking about an elite NBA defender. So any team in the league could use a player like PG.
McCollum with the ball, now defended by Markkanen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Lauri Markkanen. The Timberwolves shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. He hits both from the stripe.
And we've seen just how incredible McCollum can be when he is feeling it. One of the few guards in the league who gets everything to fall when his shot is on. It's why he can just erupt with huge scoring nights at any given time.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
Here's Nurkic, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Dallas gets called for the foul. And with McCollum's explosiveness, Greg, you recall he put up 50 points in a game last season.
And how about he did so in under 30 minutes of floor time? McCollum, only the second player to ever achieve that mark. Helps he started with a 28-point first quarter. When he is locked in, he can put up points like nobody's business.
Now, here is George. He's coming off a 16-point game against Toronto. Here's Russell. Kicks it out to Markkanen. The 3. Morris with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 7. Mitchell outside. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Mitchell doesn't waste time. He sees a chance to finish with authority and doesn't pass it up.
Outside, George. Back to Russell. Lets the 3 fly, and George is good for 3. George has got 14 points.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout, and this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
Now here's McCollum. He has 5. Really left alone that time. 5 points in the game.
You have now got to respect the three-point shooting ability of Marcus Morris. He understands now he's got to take that shot.
Here is Russell. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Now, here's Mitchell. The pass to Nurkic. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. McCollum deciding where to go with it. And it's sent back by Russell. Over Mitchell. Here's Whiteside. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
Yeah, just a tremendous effort on their part. They competed hard, but just couldn't get over the hump.
Nothing disappointing for sure. They were right there, and it's always difficult to lose those nip-and-tuck games.
And so it's Dallas with a 10. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. Their play in the second quarter was inspired as they turned what had been a tight contest into a 10-point ball game by the... And it's just about time now.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been one outstanding game from George.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
On the floor for Dallas, Paul George is out there with Markkanen. Then it's Russell. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Whiteside in at the center position.
And Lauri Markkanen, a 7-footer who can really let it fly. At Arizona, the most three-pointers ever by a 7-footer in a single season.
Now, here is George. Nurkic with the block. And he's able to get it back. And he gets it to go. Mitchell with it. He's got 6. And Markkanen also setting records for three-pointers made by a rookie grade.
A quick release. The ball comes off his hands so effortlessly. He's more than a stretch big as well. I think he's a shooter who just happens to be 7 feet tall.
Shot clock at 3. Here's Mitchell. Morris trying to free himself up. That one wide left.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And it's George missing. Timberwolves trail by 12. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Mitchell kicks to Nurkic. McCollum against Korver. Pulls up on the wing. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
The dish to Whiteside. George passes to Whiteside. Back to George. Markkanen inside the line. They grab their own miss. Whiteside, good.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
You know, I think he senses a team on the ropes, and he's looking to put them away. That killer instinct is shining through once again.
Minnesota calls timeout. Commissioner Adam Silver recently said there's nothing magical about 82 games. Doris, what do you read into that?
I read nothing more than the leadership that Adam Silver is about, and it seems to me that the NBA is one of the most proactive professional sports leagues in the world. And by that I mean, Kevin, they will evaluate every aspect of their business. If they believe it's advantageous to make change, then they will go to their competition committee, they will go to their ownership committees, and they will make whatever change they believe is for the ultimate good of the game, and that's exactly what you'd hope for.
Personally, 82 games, in your opinion, what do you think?
You know what, Kevin, it can be a little bit of a grind, but there is money at stake, and obviously that's a difficult thing for owners to come up and over. The players would have to want to give some money back. So listen, 82 games is long, but what happens, I don't know.
Now here's Corver, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Monday, they'll go up against Devin Booker, and then on Friday, they will head out on the road and face the Warriors in the Bay Area.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. George up top. He is guarded by McCollum. George, no good. Timberwolves trail by 14. To the paint. Here's Morris. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And last summer, Minnesota's front office saying, Doris, they would like the Wolves to lean more on their bench.
It would be nice for Coach Tom Thibodeau to have the luxury of guys coming off the bench that he can trust. You've got to fortify the bench and then trust them to perform.
Now, here is Russell. Outside, George. Inside, here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
This guy is such a tough cover in the pick and roll. Paul George threading the needle perfectly. Excellent pass.
Here's McCollum. He's got 5. Nurkic with it. He's picked up by Whiteside. Shoots from 12. Here's Morris, and Whiteside sends it back, and he gets it back, and the shot goes down.
Well, terrific timing on that catch and shoot. Wiggins in complete command.
So looking it over for 3. Off target with that shot. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Mavericks lead by 12. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Marcus Morris. Mitchell is out there with McCollum. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The feed now to Wiggins. And they pick up 2.
Well, to me, it's critical that Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
Stolen by McCollum. He kicks it to Nurkic. Pass to Mitchell. Over Russell. And it's Mitchell missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Back to Russell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
I tell you, proving how dangerous he can be inside. D'Angelo Russell forcing the defense to make a commitment.
And one thing Rick Carlisle is known for is his accountability.
Right, and that extends to himself as much as it does the players who play for him. Listen, if this guy makes the wrong play call, he is going to make sure you know about that. And I think that's an approach you see from the top down in this organization.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Look, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Whiteside kicks to George. 6 to shoot. Top of the key. He squares up and sinks it.
Well, how about that killer instinct? Paul George understanding he's got it going right now, very confident in his abilities.
Mitchell right side. Over Russell. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to 12 points. The points that time coming from Mitchell.
Well, he's a guy that can adapt and adjust to any defense he's up against. It's really something to watch.
Now, here is Russell. In the corner, George with it. He feeds it to Whiteside. Out to the right wing. Markkanen. They get it back. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, guys, we have got in the NBA.
The tireless work ethic, the passion. He's a guy the team relies on for that.
Now, here is Russell. Following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Markkanen kicks to Russell. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. And that one hits back iron. It's been all Mavericks. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. McCollum against Korver. Here's Whiteside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No good on the free throw. So he comes up empty, missing both. Allen kicks to Nelson. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. And so it's Carter Williams. He'll bring up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. A solid win on the road for them. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
Reggie Noble and James, who still has Ashanti and Kelly rolling in dreams. They tried to blackball me but couldn't.